There are buildings. And then there are monuments. But some structures, they transcend even that. They become entities, almost living things, with a will, a purpose, an almost defiant spirit. For over a millennium and a half, one edifice in Istanbul has embodied this uncanny persistence. A witness to empires rising and falling, faiths clashing and merging, it has transformed its very identity not once, but thrice. What hidden force propels its enduring presence? What secrets does its ancient stone whisper about resilience? Before the grandeur we know, there was a different vision. Not one, but two preceding churches stood on this sacred ground. The first, consecrated in 360 AD, was a testament to the early Christian era. The second, rebuilt after its predecessor's destruction, was grander still, inaugurated in 415 AD. Yet, even this iteration met a fiery end during the Nika riots of 532 AD. A colossal blaze, consuming centuries of reverence. From these ashes, a new, audacious dream would rise. A structure of unparalleled scale. A testament to imperial will. Emperor Justinian I was not merely rebuilding, he was making a statement. A statement of power. Of faith. Of an empire's unyielding might. He sought to construct a basilica unlike any the world had ever seen, one that would dwarf all previous attempts. Not just a church, but a symbol. A beacon of divine authority and earthly dominion. His architects, Anthemius of Tralles and Isidore of Miletus, were tasked with the impossible, to create heaven on earth. Their genius would defy conventional engineering, pushing the boundaries of what was thought possible. The sheer audacity of its construction remains staggering. Begun in 532 AD, it rose with improbable speed. For nearly 6 years, 10,000 workers labored, transforming stone and brick into a monumental vision. The central dome, an engineering marvel, seemed to float above, supported by a revolutionary system of pendentives. At its zenith, it stood 55 meters high, spanning an incredible 31 meters in diameter. A spatial experience designed to evoke awe. To whisper of the infinite. It wasn't just big, it was transcendent. For over 9 centuries, Hagia Sophia served as the patriarchal cathedral of Constantinople, the spiritual heart of the Byzantine Empire. It witnessed coronations of emperors, theological debates that shaped Christendom, and countless liturgies filled with incense and chant. Its golden mosaics, depicting emperors, empresses, and saints, chronicled the empire's spiritual and political narrative. This was more than a place of worship, it was the empire's very soul made manifest in stone and light. An undeniable declaration of enduring power and sacred purpose. But how long could such a declaration last? Then came 1453. The Siege of Constantinople. A turning point not just for a city, but for civilizations. After weeks of brutal fighting, the Ottoman forces, led by Sultan Mehmed II, breached the formidable Theodosian walls. The fall of the city marked the end of the Byzantine Empire and ushered in a new era. The Hagia Sophia, once the pride of Christendom, stood vulnerable, its fate hanging precariously in the balance. What would become of this colossal structure? Would it be razed, or would it be reimagined? Mehmed II, surveying his conquest, immediately declared Hagia Sophia converted. Not destroyed, but transformed. The church became a mosque. This was not an act of erasure, but assimilation. The greatest symbol of the vanquished empire was now to serve the new. The crosses were replaced by crescents, the altar by a mihrab. Yet, crucially, the building itself was preserved, its architectural integrity largely maintained. A testament to the Sultan's vision, perhaps. Or was it simply the building's own silent, undeniable power dictating its survival? The conversion initiated centuries of modifications. For towering minarets were added, not merely for the call to prayer, but to visually integrate the structure into its new Islamic identity and the burgeoning Ottoman skyline. Massive buttresses were erected to reinforce the dome, which had suffered from earthquakes, a testament to continued structural care. Inside, the Christian mosaics were plastered over or covered, not destroyed, but concealed, awaiting a future revelation. What stories lay hidden beneath those layers? For nearly 500 years, Hagia Sophia served as a grand imperial mosque, a crown jewel of the Ottoman Empire. It inspired countless other mosques, including the iconic Blue Mosque, which stands nearby, a conscious architectural dialogue. Its spiritual significance for Muslims was profound, a place of imperial prayer, scholarship, and community. Emperors and ordinary citizens alike sought solace beneath its soaring dome, now inscribed with verses from the Quran. Its identity seemed fixed, permanent. A new purpose, deeply embedded. Or was it merely another phase? The 20th century brought another seismic shift, the collapse of the Ottoman Empire and the birth of the Republic of Turkey. Mustafa Kemal Ataturk, the founder of modern Turkey, envisioned a secular state, looking westward. For Ataturk, Hagia Sophia presented a unique dilemma. A symbol of conflicting pasts, both Byzantine and Ottoman. A site of religious contention. His solution? A radical reinterpretation, one that aimed to bridge divides rather than deepen them. He sought to universalize its meaning. To transform it once more. In 1934, Hagia Sophia underwent its second major transformation, officially declared a museum. This unprecedented move aimed to depoliticize and de-religionize the monument. It would become a universal heritage site, accessible to all, reflecting Turkey's commitment to secularism and cultural preservation. The plaster covering the mosaics was carefully removed, revealing the Byzantine artistry for the first time in centuries. A dual narrative now explicitly visible, Christian mosaics alongside Islamic calligraphy. A deliberate choice. A complex compromise. But could such a balance ever truly satisfy everyone? As a museum, Hagia Sophia flourished, becoming one of Turkey's most visited attractions. Millions flocked to witness its unique blend of history and architecture, its layers of faith. In 1985, it was designated a UNESCO World Heritage Site, cementing its status as a treasure belonging to all humanity. It stood as a potent symbol of coexistence, a place where the grandeur of two great civilizations could be appreciated side by side. Its role seemed settled. Its identity, for decades, unquestioned. Or so it seemed. But the museum status, while lauded by many internationally, was never universally accepted at home. For decades, there were calls, particularly from religious conservative groups, for its reconversion back into a mosque. They argued that its status as a museum was an affront to its sacred purpose, a denial of its Ottoman legacy. The debate simmered, a quiet but persistent undercurrent in Turkish politics and society. A question of identity, of memory, of rightful ownership. Was this ancient structure truly a museum, or was it merely paused, awaiting its next iteration? In July 2020, after a court ruling annulled the 1934 decree, President Recep Tayyip Erdogan officially declared Hagia Sophia would reopen as a mosque. The decision, swift and decisive, sent ripples across the globe. It was framed by its proponents as a restoration of historical justice, a reclaiming of a sacred space. But critics saw it as a provocative move, undermining its universal heritage status and potentially exacerbating religious and cultural divides. The building had spoken, or perhaps, it had simply been given a new voice. With the reconversion, Hagia Sophia once again became an active place of worship. Carpets were laid, the Christian mosaics were concealed during prayer times, often by retractable curtains or special lighting, respecting its dual history while prioritizing its new function. Entry fees were abolished, making it accessible to all for prayer. This was a profound shift, changing not only its function but its accessibility and symbolism. The world watched, debating the implications of this monumental decision. A building of such deep history. Can it truly belong to only one faith at a time? The transformation brought immediate, measurable shifts. As a museum, Hagia Sophia charged an entry fee, generating revenue and drawing a global tourist base. After its reconversion to a mosque, entry became free, dramatically increasing local visitor numbers, particularly for religious purposes. While direct comparable tourist data is complex due to the pandemic and changed function, the underlying intent shifted from cultural revenue to religious access. The question becomes, what value proposition now defines its existence? Is it a destination or a sanctuary? The decision was met with a spectrum of international reactions. Greece, deeply connected to Hagia Sophia's Byzantine past, expressed strong condemnation. UNESCO voiced concerns over the implications for its World Heritage status, urging dialogue and preservation of its universal value. Other nations and religious leaders weighed in, highlighting the delicate balance of cultural heritage, religious freedom, and national sovereignty. The world watches, understanding that the fate of this one building resonates far beyond Istanbul. What does this reveal about global perceptions of heritage? Hagia Sophia's history is not linear, but cyclical. Each transformation reflects a dominant power, a prevailing ideology, a shifting narrative. From basilica to imperial mosque, then secular museum, and now again, a mosque. This constant redefinition is its most profound characteristic. It does not die, it adapts. It does not vanish, it transforms. It embodies a relentless, almost sentient will to simply be. To endure. What lessons can such a structure offer about identity itself? About memory? And about the power of belief? The story of Hagia Sophia is far from over. Its stones, steeped in centuries of human endeavor, continue to witness a rapidly changing world. Its future identity, while currently defined, remains part of an ongoing conversation. Can it truly serve as a symbol of unity, bridging past and present, East and West, Christian and Muslim? Or will its fate remain a mirror reflecting the world's persistent divisions? The questions it raises are as monumental as its dome. And perhaps, like the building itself, they too will refuse to die. From Byzantine basilica, to Ottoman imperial mosque, to secular museum, and back to mosque. This isn't just a building, it's a testament to the enduring human spirit, a battleground of ideas, and a beacon of resilience. It is the church that refused to die, not by staying the same, but by constantly reinventing itself. A silent, colossal witness. A chameleon of cultures. An architectural phoenix. Its very existence is a profound question, etched in stone, resonating through time. How many lives can one structure live before it finally finds its unchangeable truth? And does it even seek one?